G'day guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 2 of my Tablegram, HMV Tablegram, and just take him off dim. And at the moment we're up for the alignment and we want to get this thing finished, and in the case we also have the turntable to do, which is pretty well just a service, I think. You never know with them. But anyway, the radio first. So let's get on with it. I've set it here going. I've got the speakers hooked up either side. My meter is monitoring left-hand speaker at the moment. The signal generator, now the IF on this one is 457.5 kilohertz. Okay, it's not 455. 457.5. And that's full volume. Now you can just hear the radio. I'm guessing if I can find the aerial. Where is the aerial? It's disappeared on me. Here it is. Now I'm guessing if I have a play with this, you may hear something. That's about it. It's very deaf, this thing. So I'm hoping the alignment will, will bring it up. But anyway, we're doing the alignment of the IFs at the moment, not RF yet. Okay, so the oscillator coil here, the oscillator trimmer, our position of our coil on our rod, and the top end RF trimmer are going to be done after this. Okay, I'll connect our generator to, there we go. Okay, so we have a bit of signal there. Now let's get rid of the annoying, that annoying tone. Let's go 400 hertz. Okay, that's a bit nice on the ears. RF gen level. Now we're at 800 microvolts there, which is a lot, and not much is happening. Certainly not much on here. We can turn him up. There he is. He's coming up a bit there. Okay, we'll start. Well, because I'm here, we'll start at this one on the IF on the bottom, and let's see what we can do. And oh, okay, here she comes. Wow, this is a long way out, guys. And there's the peak. Oh boy, that's why it's deaf. Sorry about the noise, but we all know what it's like. I could disconnect the speakers. Now, I've got to get into the top of that fella. And, wow, okay. Let's take him. Now we're starting to get somewhere. There's our peak, and we'll do underneath again. And my arm's probably in the road of you watching there, but you know where I am. Okay, that's the peak. Okay, let's do the next one. And am I on him? No, he's dropping off and dropping off. Okay. And that's just my earth here, moving the radio. That one's about peaked there. So this one's not going to make a massive difference, I don't think. And as you can see, there's my peak. Right there. Okay, IF's done. We can go over them. Some people do, but I don't think we'll gain very much on that. That's it. Okay, that's the IF done. Now, okay. And I'm sorry about that. Boy, okay. Now, now our radio's working 1,000% on what it was. Is it going to tune anything there? I'll just try and get at him here. And we'll turn him up a bit. And we've even got a station there. Straight off. Now the aerial seems doughy there. Could be that. Yeah, we've got tuning issues up here. Okay, so we'll go to the RF tuning next. I'll get things rearranged here. I'll turn him down a bit. That's better. I'll rearrange things and we'll come back and let's, for this one, we're going to have to put the dial on temporarily while we adjust things. Now we can adjust the oscillator from the back and everything is done from the top. So I can sit this back down on his back. Well, on his bottom, like so, and yeah, there's our speaker, etc. Okay, so we've got to turn this thing around and put the dial temporarily on so that we can align these fellas. Okay, and our oscillator coil. Okay, now we could put this back in the case to do this, but it's well, a tad awkward once you get it in there. So what I'm going to do is push these springs back on this dial. You probably saw all this coming apart, and then that just sits up on here. Now I haven't done one of these before, so I'm not 100%. But, well, there's our dial. It's not going to alter, it's in that position. Now, if we tune right to the end, you can see my needle is hitting on the spring. So that's definitely out the gate. It's got to come back to a mark. Well, it says there's a mark which would be that fella there. There's a little... Let's see what it says. There is a mark there. There's also one there, which would be probably 1400. There's one up here, which would... 600. And this would be 1400 up here. I'm guessing. Okay. Well, guys, there's nothing in the manual. All I've got is a schematic and some details on it. I don't have any alignment details on this, but as we can see, the needle goes too far that way. Now, if we take him right up the other end, I have lubed this little fella, by the way, our tuning spindle. He was a little bit tight, but yeah, it's going well now. Now, no, it's got to come this way, just a fraction more. There's a little mark just there. You probably can't see it on this dial, but we've got to move our pointer along to the left a little bit, and we'll just get it so that it's even at both ends. Okay. Now, can we okay, let's see, that moved him a little bit. Let's see, is it enough? This spring arrangement is, yeah, one of the first I've seen. Okay, so that's looking at it directly on, which you guys can't even see that little mark there, but he's right on the mark. And let's see what happens up this end. And yes, it's right on the little mark there. Okay, so our dial is now correct. Okay, so we'll go up here to that mark there, and I would say that'll be 600. We're going to use it as 600. Okay, RF gen, what have we got? Frequency 600 kilohertz. We'll go in the aerial on this one. For, well, it's easy. Okay. We'll connect our ground and a ground, our ground for the meter. Okay. So, now what we have to adjust here, I think we can get things around, is this little fella here. This is our oscillator, and I'll just get a little tool so that we can adjust him, and we'll be setting this for right on 600. First of all, I better turn it on. We're also on bypass on the dim bulb, so you won't see anything happening there. It's through the variac, through the isolation transformer, as so many people these days want to find out about, or they want to know what I'm doing. Okay. Well, we have static there, but that's all we have. Now I'm just over here getting something I can move that with. Sorry, I'm rattling around here. Got to be, there we go. Okay. Now we'll increase our level. It's on 245 microvolts. We'll put him about 600 or 700 and see if we can bring him in. I think this radio's a long way out, actually. We don't have anything there. Okay, 600 kilohertz. We're on. We're turned right up. Now, I'm going to move the dial to see if I can find it. And I can't find it. Okay, why not? We should be able to bring that in. There we go. Wow, that is a long way out. And here we are on the meter. Okay. I'll turn him down a bit. Now that's a long way out. Must be right. Okay, let's go to 1400. Okay, and we'll go up this way to the other end of the dial, which looks to be about there. I would say that's 1400. What stations have we got? 2AY, yes, that's the 1400 mark. Okay, now for 1400 here, we've got to adjust this fella. Now, someone has been in this little jobby and played around with the alignment. It's a long way out. We're at 100 microvolts. That's probably not enough to get things moving. Okay, 700. Okay, let's see if we can find him. And we can't. There we go. Okay. We're at the end of the travel on our trimmer. Okay. Now, while we're at this end, we'll do our RF trimmer for maximum signal. Just, we will have to alter this a little bit, I think, but there we go. Okay, take him back down. Yeah, I think our oscillator is still out. We're going to go back to 600. Okay, we're at 600 there. Let's go back up here. It's picking up some stations anyway.
Sit all the time. Like, why is this home LED detox? Why does this work?
And we're still on our aerial. We're going to go up a bit. Here we go.
Then you're on day 6, you're sent back home, and you're on your own again.
Just going to alter that a little bit. Okay. And you don't want to hear too much of that noise. We'll go back. To 1400 again. Back up here. And we've moved a fair bit there now. Now, I've got to see if we can get it. No. He's not playing ball for me, guys. We can bring it in with our finger, but not with the cap. Okay. I'm going to have a poke around the resistors in that region, some voltages, and see them maybe something not quite right in this oscillator section. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Right guys, well I've been working, I'll put another light on this. I've been working on this thing for a long time, actually, trying to get it to, I'll actually turn that off. It might look a bit nicer in the night. And trying to get this to set to 1400. Now, what I found is our trimmer. That's not the original trimmer. I thought it had some new solder on it. Now where it is, it's on the aerial gang of the tuning cap, and well, this only goes to about 27, 28 picofarad. I needed one, and the original one goes to 60 picofarad according to the spec sheets. Now I've put on another little capacitor, that fella there, and turns in no problem at all. I've got the correct, you can hear it going in the background there, that's on 1400, exactly on the dial, and well, this fella did the job. Okay, this one looks original, and I'd say the other one was also one of these. Strangely enough, this had been put in. I don't know whether the original one had broken or whatever, but it's just one more trick with this radio. Boy, there's been a lot. But these are good little trimmer caps. It's just in this situation, that won't work. This one does. So, yeah, it's, there he is. And I'm quite sure everything now is, yeah, honky-dory. I didn't record me chasing this fault. I mean, yeah, it's taken a couple of hours just to narrow down what the hell's going on. Now, let's see what we got. Give it a little bit of volume, and obviously there's a bit of
What is your final?
Bit of interference in here.
333,
Lots actually.
Australia to make 100 in the World Cup final.
Dude, if Canada's done this too, it can. 100 and another. Sunny Sunday and Monday, a shower or two. 12.
Brucey, do you think you can do that for me today, Puff?
Yeah.
We
The bullshit has begun.
And that's our local ABC. Yeah, it's going quite well. We'll do a test when we're finished, as far as stations are concerned, outside of this workshop. The lights, everything in here interferes with the damn thing, so yeah, not it's not real good. And if we flick at the gram, well, that's on gram. And now if we flick him to Bluetooth, we get well, we should get a noise. There we go. And obviously we've got our blue LED up here, which goes off when we're not on Bluetooth. Okay, there we go. Righto. Guys, I think we're finished with this radio. I sort of want to get this thing together and get on with the turntable. I don't want this to be a long video. So anyway, that's another little trick. Yeah, we just could not get enough capacity out of that fella. All right, let's move on and let's see how this is going to go in the cabinet, and we'll get it put in and get it going on Bluetooth, and then we'll put the turntable on the bench. Well guys, this next segment I must apologise for. We're using a different computer, different camera in this workshop, and the computer accidentally, and it's my fault, I had changed it previously to the horizontal flipped picture when recording. So what you're going to see over the next, 15 minutes is actually flipped. So you'll see me that appears to be doing up screws when I'm undoing them, and some of the writing will be back to front too. So I apologise for that. It was just didn't check everything. But anyway, on with the show. Well guys, we're here in the second workshop at the moment, and I needed a bit more space, so we moved into here. Plus I've got a heater in here, which is over there in the corner, and up in the other end of the workshop here there's no heater. And seeing today's I think it was 6-7 degrees or something outside, and about 4 in the workshop, I wanted my heater going. Now we're going to put the speakers in the cabinet. I've cleaned these. They come up rather well. Now along the bottom of the speakers there was a little bit of felt. Now I'm going to put some rubber, just stick some rubber along the bottom for the speakers to sit on. Now this is car window rubber or ceiling rubber. You can buy this at any good hardware shop. I'm just going to use some of that. And as you probably saw on the speakers, there was some foam around the edges of the speakers. What I'm using there, once again, from the shop, from the hardware shop, which is Bunnings here in Australia anyway. This stuff is just a sticky back foam. You can buy this at any hardware shop if you want to see it. There it is there. And I'm just sticking it around the edge of the speaker to do the seal. Okay, so I'll do that. I'll put the speakers in. It's only a matter of 2 screws up the top. These speakers do have a rubber piece up the top, and apparently that is how they were. So I've heard the feedback. I'm not familiar with this particular unit. I've seen them, but never been inside one. Okay, I'll do that. I'll come back and we'll put the chassis in, which, how the dial goes will be the interesting bit. How we put it in there with the dial assembled. I actually removed the dial, as you saw when I was taking it out, but I think that's probably the wrong way to do it, just looking at it. I think the dial assembly and everything goes on there and it all slides in together. I think. I'm not real sure about this, but I think that's how it's supposed to go together. Anyway, we'll get there. Okay, I'll do that. I'll be back. Okay guys, well there's the speakers in. You saw how they went in. pretty easy. 2 screws on top. Now the rubbers are jammed underneath the speakers there, so that won't be a problem. And the foam surround seems to go right up against the grill, which is good. Yeah, everything seems to be right there. Now we're ready for the chassis. The other thing we have to do is we've got the hinges here on the back for the lid. They're a little bit tarnished, so I'll be polishing them up. We use Brasso. You can use whatever you like. How I'm doing this is my way of doing it. It's a customer's job. If you do it a different way, that's fine. You can comment if you want. I do things my way. If you want to insist your way is better than mine, that's fine. You can comment, but it'll go nowhere. So, okay, time for the chassis. We'll get that in and see the trick about getting this dial together. By the way, this video at the moment is I think it's 720p. It's not 1080, so different camera, different situation in the other workshop, and I wanted to get this finished. So yeah, sorry about the quality. It's not quite as good. The lighting's not quite as good either, but we'll get there. Okay, let's get it together. Okay guys, well, here's the chassis. She's got to go in. I've got the dial on the springs. Now, I think this is how it goes in. I'm not real sure. I'm going to bring you in on the camera a little bit closer at the side here so you can see how this thing goes together. I'm not real sure. But anyway, we'll give it a go. Now, as you can see, there's a bit of a trick to getting these together. Now it's a matter of, can you see with my arm? You probably can't there. Trying to get it so that you can see what I'm doing. Now it's got to go in this slot here. Both the dial and the pointer. How is one supposed to get this in here? I don't think this is the way to do it, guys. This doesn't appear to be working. Taking it out. Okay. Just release the dial there. I think the dial must go on after this. Let's try this again. Put him in. Put the pointer at the front of the timber. And that didn't work. Just before we do that, the spring, does it need to be on the dial? Possibly. I don't know. I'm putting it in without the springs on there to start with. Here we go. Now, yes, we'll see what I'm doing here in a moment. Okay, there we go. The pointer has gone to the front. Okay. And there we are. That's fine. But how in the hell did we get to the dial? Just like this, I guess. Put the springs on our dial. Put the dial down here. The springs in under there. This is crazy. Bring the whole thing forward. Right, we're getting a little bit closer. I'm not real sure how you're meant to get these together. Okay, that spring's in place, and I think that spring's in place. And the dial's moving correctly. Boy. Okay, tighten those couple of screws up. I don't know. Don't quote me on how to put these things together. But anyway, the dial's there. The springs have gone into position somehow. And, well, the pointer's working fine. Okay, the pointer hasn't moved or anything. It's fallen into position. Yeah. I'm not real sure. This would be something for you guys to can you tell me in the comments what the hell is the correct procedure to putting this thing together? There'll be lots of yous that have worked on this. Ian, one of my Radio Jed, I think. Ian, what's the correct procedure? You would know this for sure. Okay, I'll get a screwdriver, I'll tighten these up, I'll put the screws in the bottom of the chassis, we'll fire it up and make sure she still works on the speakers. We've got to wire the speakers yet. Okay, so they're, yeah, that's our speaker line there. We'll connect them up and get it working. Okay, now we've got 3 screws underneath into the chassis. That doesn't look like that one. This one, yes, that's right. That one down there doesn't have anything in him. I don't quite know what he's there for. Maybe a different sort of chassis. Maybe we've lost a speed nut, but I can't see anything above him. But there was only this one here. And believe me, that will hold it in. Okay, that's where we're up to. Now, I'll mount the Bluetooth. It's probably go up on the back panel here somewhere. Just run the leads and probably double-sided tape on this fella, just up the back. So that'll be out of the road. And yeah, then we'll come back, turn him on, see if it works. Okay, it's time for a test. We've got our Bluetooth module mounted up the back there. A little bit of double-sided tape. No need to show you that. It just sits in the back of the unit. That's our aerial wire. We'll keep him out here for the moment. Now, I don't have a dim bulb in here at the moment. So we're just going straight into power at the back here. Okay. Power's there. Power on. There we go. Lights up, which is a good start. Okay. We will just wait and see what happens. That is on radio at the moment. And sounds like it's going to make a noise.
Done for it. You know what I mean? That with my car,
and it does.
Going to progressively get worse.
And it makes a very loud, nice noise.
So it's a form of arthritis.
And your local member doesn't help you. I'm sorry about
Okay.
that, mate. You know, I don't know what to tell you to do. That's the mess that we're in.
I don't know what to do.
That all works. Graham, Well, that's obviously working. Bluetooth. Let's see. Does it make a noise? Oh, yes. How about that? We're working. Okay. Where's my phone? I haven't got my phone in here. Let's try. Well, actually, it says it's connected. My phone must be here somewhere. Just a moment. And yes, my phone is here. Let's see. We can't play much of this, of course. Not going through looking for copyrighted material, but yeah, we'll just we'll play something like The Truth About Power Lines. And there we go.
Have you ever looked up at those massive power lines stretching across the landscape and wondered
Beautiful.
why they're made of aluminum and not copper? After all, copper is known as the king of conductivity.
And there we go.
It's the go-to metal for wiring.
And yeah, we better not play too much of that in case it's copyrighted. So let's find a bit of music. Not that I can play much, guys. Would be good, wouldn't it? What have we got on here? Guy Sebastian. Now, surely you guys know him. So here we go. And of course it's working perfectly. We'll select another song here. Yeah, just a bit of music and sound and stage. We're on there now. And we've just got to be careful of the copyright, guys. I'm really sorry, but that is it is working perfectly. And let's see. And yeah, it's
On the other side of town.
and that's working lovely. Very happy with the Bluetooth. Graham, well, the Graham's next. Okay, back to radio.
And contracted.
And she's all working fine. Okay, guys, well, that's it for this bit. Let's drag the turntable here onto the bench. I'm going to work on it. I may as well work on it here. Today, forecast snow. At the moment, it's sitting on 3 degrees outside, so it's not real warm. And in the workshop here, my nose is running. In the workshop, I've got a diesel heater just over there. Problem is, when I'm recording, you can't hear anything bar the diesel heater. So I'm in here at the moment. It's about 6 degrees, I suppose, 5 or 6 degrees, and I want to get that heater going. So I'm not going to record all of the turntable. I'm just going to show you what I do, what I'm going to do. We'll make sure she's right. We'll put it in and test the speed. Now the cartridge is the other thing. I don't know whether the cartridge is okay, whether it needs a needle, stylus. Sorry for you technical guys. I don't know. We'll put it in and try it, see what we need. Okay, but this is a goer. Right, so I'll be back very shortly with the turntable. Well, guys, what I've realised is the turntable is more or less a video in itself. So I'm not going to make this a 2-hour video. I'm pulling out of this at the moment. As you've seen, we've got it all together. We've tested it. Everything's right. I have actually just about finished the turntable, but there was a lot of things I wanted to share with you as far as servicing. It started off as a project this big, and of course, it ended up that big, as it always does. So, but they are very common. Those BSR Monarch turntables are very common in all sorts of HMV gear and well, other gear as well. And I thought, well, I will show you everything I did with it. There's a lot of them around, and a few of you guys might be a bit worried about starting to get them going, pulling them apart, and believe me, we did pull it apart. So yeah, so that's the next part. I'm really sorry we couldn't fit it all in this one. It was, yeah, just too much of it. Okay, if you like the series, give us a thumbs up. I'll try and keep my videos as short as I can, but instructional. And hit the subscribe button and the little bell up on top. That way YouTube will notify you when my next video goes up, which is really handy. And by subscribe, guys, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's not a subscription. It's just to subscribe to follow my channel. Okay, until next time, which won't be far away because I've actually that far from finishing the turntable at the moment. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye for now.